Vamonos, let's go.
Are you trying to sing Dora the Explorer?
Come on. Come on, everyone.
No. Come on, Vamonos. Everybody, let's go. Come on, let's get to it. Let's talk about our podcast.
Back.
There you go. You knew that part.
Yeah.
Oh, I assume we're going?
Yeah, we're in.
I see. Okay.
Pop that timer on.
I did. Oh, I am.
Okay.
We don't want to talk forever. Because we can. Because we love each
we
other
know,
so much.
We know you guys want us to talk forever.
But sometimes we got to cut it off.
But I don't want to.
Jane's computer will overheat. We can't go for too long.
Yeah, I, support this podcast so I can get a better computer for it. Welcome back, everyone, to How You Holdin' Up, where I, Jane,
and I, Dagny,
explore the wonderful world of media and how it's held up. And today's episode is How to Lose a Guy in Just 10 Days. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Arguably my favorite rom-com, which we'll get into that.
It was fun. It was a fun watch.
Yeah. Had you never seen it?
I've seen it, but so long ago.
Yeah.
This wasn't like this is not the movie I've popped on,
Yeah.
I saw it a while ago.
I love it.
And I saw it when I was really young, so I don't know, it just didn't have the same effect as it did now watching it as an adult.
No, that's very fair. It's incredible. But before we do that, Jane, how you holding up?
I'm doing good. My poetry book is doing well, and by well, I mean there's not a lot of copies that have been bought, but like a lot of
good response.
Speaking
of your very famous pen pal.
Oh yeah. I sent my book to David Mamet because I had met him at my job like a year ago. And I didn't think he'd remember me, but he did.
So cool.
And he liked the book and he liked the poem. So yeah, I'm pen pals with David Mamet. It's no fucking big deal or whatever.
That's pretty awesome. And big fan of his work. Really terrible handwriting.
Yeah, his handwriting is...
It was tough to read, but a very sweet message.
He's never going to listen to this, but like...
We don't know.
He uses a typewriter to like...
David, if you're listening, we're happy to have you on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. That's 100%. But like, in terms of, all the things, yeah, his handwriting is pretty bad. But you know what?
It's okay.
That's why he types stuff up, because then it doesn't matter.
It surely doesn't.
And I do love a handwritten note. I'll decipher it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really cool. How are you holding up?
I'm good. It's been a busy couple of weeks. I'll just talk about the first weekend of things that I did recently, because I'll save the second weekend for
save it
another episode. But the last 2 weeks I've been out of town, out of commission, out of Los Angeles.
Out of town, out of commission, out of
Los Angeles, California. Actually, what am I saying? Well, no, I wasn't in Los Angeles, but I was in San Diego, so it's not that crazy.
What the fuck?
Still in California.
How dare
if you didn't know, San Diego is in fact in the state of California. Went there for a double bachelorette. My cousin who's a girl.
Sounds fun.
Marrying another woman, and they did a joint bachelorette. And there were like 20 people there. It was...
Well, are they married already?
No, they will be married in April.
Okay. So it was just the bachelorette.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But my cousin Nina, if you're listening to this, shout out.
Shout out.
Her brothers were there, who I've known since I was a young whippersnapper.
Was it just them and the rest were girls?
Yes. There was one other guy who like helped arrange it.
Okay.
Mike. He's great. But yeah, it was pretty much all girls, and then Nina's 3 brothers, who are all they are older than her, but she's like 5 years younger than the youngest one, so they're like late 30s.
Right.
And they were a great time. In the first 10 minutes I walked in, one of them offered me drugs and the other one asked if I had a spare toothbrush.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Like, boys, They truly never
They don't
grow up.
change. My question for you is, was
Yeah.
there a game that you enjoyed the most on
At the
weekend to play?
bachelorette party?
Yes.
We didn't really play games, but we did. My favorite night was the it was puff, pass, and paint, and I had a little gummy.
You guys can guess what the puff part
The puff part.
Reese's Pieces Puffs. Papa
Reese's
Puff.
Puffs. We all just ate cereal. It was really cute.
Honestly,
So we had our
vibes.
cereal.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. And then we had little canvases, and we all painted.
That sounds great.
Is it Georgia O'Keeffe?
Wait, I want to see this. You
They're
got to
very
send me a
good. I
pic.
do. I can't show you now. Mine is bad, I will say. It turned
That's
into
what
pink.
everyone says.
No,
I
no,
wanna
no.
see
It turned into pink clouds. It was not good. But
Okay, I like a
Rin,
pink cloud.
Nina's soon-to-be wife, worked at Disney and animation, and like a lot of her friends are like really talented artists, and she also was a very good artist. So I was like,
that's not
well,
fair.
okay, pop off, everybody. You guys are all really great at this.
You're like struggling
Like,
with
you
a
do this
brush.
professionally, and I'm like, and mine turned into pink fucking clouds. Like,
You know
But
what?
it's
I'm
okay.
curious to see the colors.
I'll show you them.
I'm excited.
But mostly some of the other ones, I was like, I would actually buy this from you because it's really, really well done. So we did that, and then we watched Pride and Prejudice as we all kind of like melted into the couch.
Yeah, that's a fantastic film.
It was a very lovely night. I fell asleep before we finished the movie.
We'll see how that holds up at some point too.
I mean, of what I watched, pretty stunning.
Stunning, gorgeous,
Yeah, I love Keira Knightley
Prideful
and her mouth
and
acting.
prejudice.
And what?
I said prideful and prejudice.
Prideful and quite prejudiced. No, but that was the weekend before last, and it was great. Kind of flew
That sounds
by.
like a good one. You were very busy this month. I love that for you.
Very busy. Hence why we're cranking out some episodes.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, this episode was my choice.
Lovely
Because it's
choice.
the month of February. I was like, ooh, some sort of rom-com would be fun. And How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
I did not pick. My episode did not pick. Me and Dagny pick, like,
We alternate kind of.
we alternate episodes, and I should have thought of that, and I didn't even think of that, so that's really funny. But anyways,
No, we don't need 2 Valentine's Day episodes.
but that's so funny. Didn't
even cross your mind.
Anyways, it is such a good choice because it's really well known, but also like it's got some early 2000s shit. I mean, I saw what you wrote as well, and I was like, yep.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
not an early 2000s movie without calling the skinniest woman in the world fat.
Yeah. Catherine Hahn.
There is a scene where the 3 like main gals are laying on the roof of their fancy New York apartments, all have 6-packs.
6-packs, like it's insane what we asked people to believe. It's wild. But
Yeah.
anyways, do you want to give us like a little plot breakdown for anyone who hasn't watched it, you know?
Yes. So How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. My
How to
personal
Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. We started shortening How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
How to Lose a Guy.
With an acronym over text, and writing just the acronym of all the letters from the title
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a
You have
long
to think about it,
podcast.
you're like, how
Or not a long
to
podcast. Oh my
lose-
god.
Okay.
I'm tired.
But
It's
anyways,
a
How to
long
Lose a Guy.
title. But it is my favorite rom-com of all time, and honestly I think one of the best of all time. The overall premise, we have Matthew McConaughey as Benjamin. Their names are dumb.
Like
Matthew
he has the-
McConaughey is Benjamin Barry.
Yeah, the
and-
most Jewish fucking name ever, and it's Matthew McConaughey.
But they're both
okay?
acronyms, which is very cute. So he's Benjamin Barry, and Kate Hudson is Andy Anderson. Very, very cute, but also just cheese balls.
A and B.
A and B. I hope their kid that they had eventually had a C name and a D name.
Benjamin
so they just
Barry Goldman. Like, are you fucking kidding me? This man is a white Christian from Texas.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sorry.
No. I'm getting sidetracked because I do have a lot of thoughts about specific scenes. But the overall plot of this movie,
Yeah.
I had to rewatch it because I was like, wait, why does this happen again? So Andy Anderson, aka Kate Hudson, is a magazine journalist, kind of. She writes
She's the how-to girl.
The how-to girl in like essentially like a Cosmo magazine knockoff. But she wants to be like more political, hard-hitting stories or whatever. But she's just the how-to girl right now. And they're in this pitch meeting of like, well, what's your next thing that you're gonna write? And she's like, I want to write about whatever, like big world events. And her boss who has a fucking Blue's Clues ass red chair. I don't know if you clocked that. She's just sitting in this like Blue's Clues looking fucking chair. Is like, no, we talk about waxes and being skinny, like diet culture, whatever. And she comes up with the idea because Catherine Hahn, who plays her best friend, is very bad with men, and she is going through a breakup after she dated a man for a week and was like obsessive and kind of crazy girlfriend. Yeah. Like hits all the stereotypes of a crazy girlfriend, calling him nonstop, blah, blah, blah. And so Kate Hudson's character is like, well, I'm going to behave like Catherine Hahn and like drive a man away. And the article is, you can guess it, how does it go in 10 days?
Yes, sir.
And then we have Mathew McConaughey, Benjamin Barry, and he is an ad man,
which is like advertising men are so whatever. Sorry,
no. I think it honestly was a good representation of ad men nowadays, not nowadays, but 90s, early 2000s, because it's like kind of a clear evolution of like Mad Men culture.
Yeah,
just put it in the 2000s, 2010s, whatever.
I see.
But yeah, as I watched it, I was like, yeah, and they're trying to steal a client from the only women in the office. Cool. Like, that's real shitty. The one client about jewelry, and he's like, no, I want that too. But we can talk about that.
And it's diamonds.
But no, he get frosted. Oh, no. Yes, get frosted.
Yeah.
But anyway, he has his own little thing that's going on where in order to get this account for the diamonds, because it's like men, I don't remember exactly why, but eventually basically he will get the account if he makes a girl fall in love with him in 10 days, which what a lovely coincidence that is. And then that all is set up. They end up meeting each other at an event, not necessarily by accident. The girls in the office had met Andy's character, Kate Hudson's character, and knew that she was writing this article. Not an article. What am I, like a column?
They knew she was writing this column, and they knew it would be impossible for him to get her to fall in love with him because her whole purpose is to push somebody away. Yeah.
So they like pick her out of the crowd, and he thinks it's like, doesn't have any clue. And then hijinks ensue. The first night, Andy is very normal. Although they go and get crab, and fucking Matthew McConaughey is talking with food in his mouth, and it drives me. His hands are buttery as shit. No,
I know someone else who would talking with.
It's actually quite gross, in my opinion. But very silly to take their first conversation. I wish I had written it out that we could redo it. Like, but they speak in one word, just back and forth.
Yeah, part I hated a lot.
Yeah, it's like single. Currently hungry, starving, leave now. Like, it's really strange, their first interaction, but again, super cute. I know Jane is going to talk about this, but a lot of the like cringiness is very digestible because Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey are so fucking charming and so hot, and their chemistry is great.
They're so hot.
They're really, really hot. The like bathroom scene when she like goes to Long Beach later on after some other hijinks.
It's very sweet, that scene.
It's very sweet. She ends up going and visiting his family, like meeting them in Long Island, right? Yeah.
Staten Island. I have my qualms with that. But we'll get to it. I want you to finish the thing.
Oh, it's okay. Anyway, that's one of the, after she acts like a fucking nutty she's insane in this, and I think everything she does is hilarious. They're both so funny, I think, in this movie.
And basically, the whole thing comes to a head. Obviously, they find out both of each other's plans. She finds out Matthew McConaughey was doing this on a bet, and that he finds out she was writing a column, but the whole time they were slowly falling in love. Yeah. The whole thing.
You're so vain. I can't listen to that song and not think about this movie because it's just so well integrated into the movie. Anyway, they fall in love at the end and they live happily ever after.
They do.
Kind of.
I have my qualms with that as well. But we'll talk about it. I've written all the things down. So the movie, starts with as one of the things that quite possibly made me laugh the most. I really like the intro to the movie because it's like super cuts of like every way that she gets to write her columns. So she's like getting out of a traffic ticket, and then it shows like how to get out of a traffic ticket column that she wrote. It's basically setting us up for like she does things in real life to apply to her columns after. And then we cut to her at the office, and it's this paragraph article that she's writing about peace in Tajikistan. And she's just finishing the last sentence, which is like, and that's why I believe there should be peace in Tajikistan. Like some dumbass shit like that. Like something that like a middle schooler would write to the end of their essay.
Yeah.
And her friend's like, oh my God, that's incredible. And that's about the extent of
her political stance.
Yeah. Like we do not dive in any further than that. Like when she's asked, like, what do you want to write? She goes, I want to write about politics. I want to write about the world. We never get a specific thing. And when Mathew McConaughey's character asks her, like, what specific thing she's passionate about, again, just, like, people and, like, what's happening. And I'm like, what kind of fucking answer? And in my head, I was like, this is really bad. But then I was also thinking about it, and I was like, well, if this was marketed towards the masses, they probably didn't want to get political.
Yeah.
Probably didn't want to mention, like, they were like, this is a rom-com. Like, we can't
get too into
But,
it.
like, then you can't make that her character. You made her character want political rightness. You know what would have been cooler? You guys are talking about the fact that she loves watching the Knicks. She's an avid basketball player.
She's a cool girl. She likes sports.
They really like want to harp on that she's a cool girl, that she likes sports.
Girl.
Which is so ridiculous. But I would have believed more that she wanted to write for sports.
Yeah.
She's like, it's just I'm having a really hard time cracking into it, and I had to join this magazine. Like that would have been more I want to write about politics, and no part of her during the movie at all. So that was the first thing where I was like, what is going on? It made me laugh so hard. It was so stupid.
My first note is about the first time we see Mathew McConaughey in his office environment.
Oh my God, yeah. Where
this man changes his shirt and like just truly shirtless in the office, which I'm like, that's nuts. And like, granted, he was inside of his like office, but all the windows were open, and the women were like watching as if in anticipation, like this is a regular thing that he strips his shirt off, stands there without his shirt for like a minute, and then puts a button up on. I'm like, why couldn't we get dressed before we came to work? Why did we wear our t-shirt to work and then change once you're there? Because he came from his home.
Because he knows he looks good, and he knows those titties be tittying.
He does look good. But I'm also like, that's something HR should probably be aware of.
Yeah, that's like I agree with you. That is very early 2000s again. Like, just guys being bros being bros.
Bros being bros. Just, like stripping down naked. The second note I have is just too fat, LOL. And that is in regards to Catherine Hahn. In order to inspire Andy to write this article, she is recounting the man that she dated for a week and saying all of the unhinged things that she did. She called him like, I don't remember the number, but 30 something times, and he didn't answer. And she was like leaving a bunch of voicemails because she was freaking out. Right. I don't remember all the things, but she did like very stereotypical, like she's a crazy girl, whatever. She's crazy.
Yeah.
All of the like anything you can think of. They listed off. And then they're getting on the elevator, and she's like, but I know why he broke up with me, because I'm too fat. And I was like, you guys are stick thin. Like, it is really size like 2 unhealthy. Itty bitty gals.
Yeah. What are we talking about right now? No, it's wild.
There's many comments throughout the entire movie. That's what there is a very, I will say, the one like fat joke that I think is, I don't even know if it's passable, but they're in a restaurant and Kate Hudson is pulling her hijinks of trying to make Matthew McConaughey hate her.
Yeah.
And she like dragged him to this restaurant during the Knicks game. Because he made her this like duck dinner at home to like impress her, and then she tells him that she doesn't eat meat, and she like cries. But anyway, at the restaurant, she like breaks down in tears, and she's like, he thinks I'm fat. And it's to like rile everybody up and make him embarrassed, which I'm like, okay, I can forgive that one. But the ones where they like are commenting on their own
the
size
ones where Catherine
or their boss is
Catherine Hahn literally goes, well, I haven't really eaten anything in a week. Because and her boss is like, good.
And their boss is like, congrats.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's really wild. Oh, and the other thing with them, like the crazy behavior is like, oh, I'm too touchy-feely. I'm too clingy, whatever. But some of it I'm like, I don't think this is necessarily terrible behavior. I think we're just really pushing the like cool girl that likes sports and is like go with the flow and whatever.
Who's basically a guy as a woman.
Yeah, and that's what they're really trying to drill home. But again, I'm fine with it because they're so charming and so hot.
Yeah, and there's parts of the movies that are really redeeming.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the like liners that I think you guys will really find funny. And also like, are you fucking kidding me? You know, they go to eat crab on the first date, and it's all going well, and he goes, what do you want to write about? And she goes, I don't know. And he goes, like, shoes.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude. I would be like, okay, date's done. And then also Matthew McConaughey suggests he's competing with these other women for the Diamond Dad, so he suggests the slogan like frosted, like get frosted.
Yeah.
And it's even tested. Like the main guy who's supposed to accept the deal yells at the window, hey ladies, get frosted. And the ladies yell back like, up yours, asshole. Like, it's not a good line.
And he also is taking credit for that when it was something Kate Hudson said, because she puts a collar, like a very blingy collar on this ratty ass dog she buys.
Yes, you're right.
And he
stole her thing.
Yeah, the dog is wearing it, and he was like, oh, I love the jewels, whatever. And she's like, oh, it's just a little frosting, which that is nice. That's a nice way of describing diamonds.
But get
frosted is...
It sounds like bukkake.
It sounds like get fucked. Like, which is kind of what they're going for. Yeah. But...
If you guys don't know
like
what bukkake is, it's when
is so
like
endearing.
Multiple men come on your face. Anyways, continue.
No, you're right. But yeah, the way she uses it is very sweet, and then Matthew McConaughey turns it into like a sexual stupid slogan, and then that's what they run with. And the whole party, when they're like sponsored by the Diamond People, is all frost themed.
She also gets slut shamed for going over his place the first date night. Like, you little slut, like. Who cares if she fucks him?
I know.
Truly.
It's a different time.
Who cares?
Who cares? They also both at one point call each other sugar puss, and that is...
Can't stand it.
Really insane. But I will, like... I love this movie. I genuinely love this movie, and I feel like I'm kind of nitpicking. I'm like, there's things that don't age well, but I don't know. It would take a lot for me to not enjoy watching this movie. It's always an easy watch for me.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say some of the things that I like is, I was really worried when he takes her to his parents' house that like no one would have a southern accent. I'm like, Matthew McConaughey's accent is so fucking thick. And thankfully, because they're in his family moved 10 years ago to Staten Island. They don't say from where, but I'm like, probably Texas.
Yeah.
So they moved, and then his mom thankfully has like a southern accent. And I'm like, okay, someone tried. Because I was like, some of those aunts and uncles when they're playing bullshit or whatever at the table.
Such a sweet scene.
So cute. And that whole thing.
The whole thing in Staten Island is really sweet. Them getting to know
each other is really sweet. The bathroom scene is really sweet. Yeah, that it's essentially them falling in love. I don't know what happened to my links. I had my website links and they're gone, Dagny. Did you write over them?
No, I didn't do anything. I didn't sabotage. Not this time. While you're looking for that, I do want to talk about I do in fact think that The Yellow Dress is the most iconic rom-com dress of all time.
That
Maybe
fucking dress, yes.
my God, it is the most gorgeous thing. And when they add the diamond to it, it's just movie
Delightful.
magic. Like I can't think of that many other dresses or like moments in other movies that are as show stopping. And it is just like a simple like silk or satin, whatever, like yellow gown, but it looks so good on her. And when I was working at Paramount, they had it in the archive, so I got to see it in person.
Hell yeah.
And it is just a dress, but Kate Hudson really
She wore the shit out of it.
made a moment with that dress. And I also, one of my favorite moments, hilariously, is just when she, after they sing You're So Vain at each other, because they're like fighting, they both figure out that they had a bet or ulterior motives to make the relationship fall apart. When she's running out, the woman who like doesn't own the diamond company, but she's like the wife of the guy who owns it, she's like laughing because the song was dedicated to her, I say in air quotes, and she's like, wasn't she wearing the Isadora diamond? And then everybody's like, the fuck? Because like Kate Hudson sprints out, and it's stated that she's wearing the most expensive necklace they have.
Yeah. How
And
did they just
they're-
put that on her? They just let her leave. Like,
I mean, I do love, that's what I love though, is like 10 people come out because she's wearing, they say something like a couple $1 million worth
that
of
is
diamonds.
a real, by the way, that Isadora diamond necklace is real in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's been worn since then by celebrities for different events. It's like they
gorgeous.
actually used the real fucking thing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I always have loved them fighting on the sidewalk, and then the guy's like, "You can kill each other. Just let us take the diamond off of you first,
Please."
I was like, I get it. The worth interrupting this moment because
Yeah, that was pretty
I
realistic.
love
and
that. I love
The
that little
unrealistic
bit.
thing is that people get to wear diamonds at that event. Like,
But also,
put
I
them
feel
on.
like that might be a rich people thing. I wouldn't be surprised if you go to like an event like that and
I
you're
did
rich
it-
enough.
I did an eBay commercial where they put Cartier like diamonds on me, and as soon as I would step off the stage of where we were
They take it
shooting,
off?
security would pull up and they'd take it all off and put it on a tray. It is no joke because you're insuring a crazy amount of money.
Oh yeah.
But maybe it is different. Like, what I just
Or also in that time, like 2000s, kind of a very rich, swanky event. I wouldn't be surprised if they like let people wear it. But again, they're gonna have security, and they will chase you out, as we see in the movie, if you leave with it.
I wanted to like kind of describe what's so great about this movie just super quickly from
Please do.
JesusFreakHideout.com.
Jesus Freak Hideout.
Yeah, which is great, by the way. But this kind of consolidates for me like what why I like this movie. Number one, I really like it too because there's a lot of girl power. Like the
Yeah.
girls really look out for each other. Like Catherine Hahn,
I love her.
Kate, you know, they all, the other woman,
I can't remember her
they all
name.
really look out for each other
Yeah.
and all back. Like at one point, one of them acts as his therapist. Like they would do anything for each other, and I think that's really sweet.
And they all have jobs. Like they're all
they're all
working
powerful,
gals.
working gals.
Yeah.
I love it. But this article describes kind of more in depth about the relationship between Matthew McConaughey and I was about to say Kate Upton.
Kate Hudson.
Kate Hudson. And it says, it's not the kind of relationship that works just because the premise tells you it has to. The two actually look good together. Story-wise, there's no complaints despite what was the related content. Of course, it would be nice to see more innocence to the story sexually. Again, Jesus Freak Hideout. Whatever.
More innocence? They don't. That's very silly. Sorry. The only like really sexy moment is the
nothing
bathroom.
really happens. It was
Yeah.
fun, but this is the part. It was fun to watch Hudson and McConaughey play off each other, and they did it perfectly. And that's
Yeah.
kind of like what is so tough to find these days. They'll pick people together for like these fucking movies,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't have any chemistry. And these two people have chemistry, are charming on their own,
Yeah.
and they make everything believable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why this movie for me still holds up. Yes, there are some
Yeah.
things that are like, but as a pass, like I would say 75% holds up. Like definitely the majority holds up. I
have some
enjoyed it.
bias towards it because I love it so much. I would say 85%.
Go off, queen.
Because, you know, the fat jokes aren't great. It's not great that they're like, you should like sports and be into these boy things for men to like you. Like, that's not a great message, but also I'm kind of fine with it.
You heard
I
it
feel
here,
like
folks.
we're in a vault.
Dagny hates women.
I'm not a feminist. Clip it. No.
Clip it.
Yeah, I love it. And when I did go back, because I showed it to my boyfriend, he had never seen it, and I was like, no, it's the greatest rom-com of all time. And I stand by that. And he enjoyed it. And I know, Jane, you were saying Ben watched it with you and he enjoyed it. And it's truly a like 50-50 rom-com. Like the romance is there and the comedy is there. Like the jokes are funny and like there's very real funny moments when like I feel like a lot of rom-coms are heavy on the romance and the comedy is like but this is like
this is
a
funny.
powerhouse of both.
This is hilarious, and like the scene, especially when they take fake therapy session, and she takes Matthew McConaughey with her, and he's like, "I've never seen that man want to explode more." It's hilarious.
It's so good, and everything Kate Hudson does, I love her faces when she keeps doing insane things, and she's like, "Okay, that's it. Like, I've been crazy enough. It's over." And then of course Matthew McConaughey's character is like trying to win this bet, so he's not giving up. And her face every time he like comes back after she does something unhinged, when she turns away to walk away, her eyes get so big and she's like, what the fuck? Like,
I'm really trying.
She's like, I'm trying to scare him off and he keeps coming back.
Yeah.
It's just they're so cute.
I think what's nice about it too is a lot of rom-coms are like, I hate you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
there's usually one that you don't really like, or
or
you mean like enemies to
enemies to lovers, and it's like
it's unique.
This is unique in the fact that she doesn't really hate him at all.
No,
and he really likes her underneath it all. He doesn't understand what has happened.
Yes, because she's very normal the first night,
and that adds like a really cool layer to it. That like the whole time she's fucking with him, she feels bad. Mm-hmm. Like when she goes to his parents' house, you can see like she wants more than anything to just like be there for him, and that makes it I like that that we don't have to work to know that they have affection for each other. It's interesting, it's different, so that's another great aspect.
It's not they never make it out like they don't like each other. It's really sweet. I love How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I think it holds up. That's my final thought. I'm trying to see if there were any other notes. No. Oh, she does. There is a shot of her after the Staten Island trip where she's wearing the lowest rise jeans, but they're also unbuttoned and like folded, and it's like a look. I don't know if you caught that. It's just like fully her jeans are unbuttoned, like V-shaped.
I didn't.
Let me find a picture, because when I saw it, I was like, that's not that. What? Yeah, look it up. Here, typing sounds. Unbuttoned jeans. Unless I'm crazy. No.
Oh.
Can you see him?
Yeah.
Up here?
Why?
I don't know. It's just like a look.
It was just the look. That's so wild. No one thought that was weird?
No. And honestly, she looks hot.
She looks hot in anything.
It is really strange.
She still looks hot in anything.
Yeah. Did you see Glass Onion?
I literally was about to bring up Glass Onion. I was like, fuck.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're listening, look up Andy Anderson.
Look up
unbuttoned jeans.
Kate
It's very funny.
Kate Upton.
Oh my God. Got something on the mind.
You got Kate Upton on the mind.
Kate Hudson. They're just the cutest. And then the end, I will say, you mentioned you had qualms with the end. The end is kind of an abrupt. They're kissing on this like kind of janky bridge because he chases her down.
He's like, why are you leaving?
She was like, because I have a job opportunity. And he's like, no, why are you leaving? Which I get. He's like insinuating like, why are you running away or whatever? But
it's like,
I mean, she had a good job opportunity.
She had a good job opportunity. You're going to make her give it up? Or like, I don't know.
I kind of wish we saw a little bit more. Like we just get them kissing and then it's over, which I know that's like,
well, the little bit more would be her like slowly having resentment for him for like taking away her opportunity to be a journalist.
Yeah.
And write about peace in Tajikistan.
I will say, I don't know if they make it long term. You know, if they like,
but they're
in
fun.
the real world,
they're fun to watch.
Like if this was a real relationship, this happened, they like have their sweet moment. I don't know. They may end up just being friends.
I just saw a cat crawling up on my patio.
Oh, I love that.
And I was like, what is
I've
going
seen
on?
that cat before.
The kitty cat.
The kitty cat.
So I got distracted. But I think our overall consensus between me and you is that it
holds up.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's very sweet. If you need like a sweet movie, turn on Paramount Plus, and check it out if you haven't seen it. I was surprised that I've talked to people who haven't seen it. I was like, I felt like it was a pretty big movie.
And if you have seen it, rewatch it. It's a fun rewatch.
It was a very fun rewatch. Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all I got too. We can wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah.
Well, that's all for our episode on How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Like I said, check it out on Paramount Plus. They don't pay us, but maybe they will if I say it enough. Paramount Plus.
Email us your ideas too.
Yeah, I'm getting to it, girl. I do the outro.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
If you have any films or any kind of media that you would like us to go back and look at, email us at howyouholdingup@gmail.com. And we're happy to take any suggestions. There's a lot to pick from, so. And we're going to be doing this forever. There's so much to watch.
We're going to be doing this forever, and ideally this will become our primary thing.
Yeah. Flex discs, boba, like boba time.
Boba time. What's
we
up?
We have boba time. We have boba every time. Nearly every time we record this podcast.
We will promote you, boba. Come on.
I'm happy to.
Sponsor.
I'm happy to. Honestly, I'm pretty easy to buy. I will sponsor basically anything. So if you want to sponsor us, email us at howyouholdingup@gmail.com. But that's all for now. Bye, Jane.
Bye, Dagny.
You're so vain.